we've got, great community partners here. That just, it just blows my mind sometimes that how many of the people, the businesses and stuff that we have to lean on, and they just come through for us all the time.
This is the Buffalo Community Podcast, all about the greatest small town in the USA, the people in it, and how it all works together. Here are your hosts, Tyler Reese and Mark Benzer.
Hey everybody, welcome back. Another episode of the Buffalo Community Podcast. Got with us today Gretchen Kirchman, Greg McDonald, both representing the Buffalo Rodeo coming up in June.
Yep, our dates this year are June 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. Got a lot of good stuff. We also have Rodeo and Rhinestones back for the second year. Gretchen produces that. I'll let her talk more about that. But we have on the 21st Family Fun Day, which is free to the public, and we do mutton busting, and we're going to ride some mini bulls, and also got Rodeo and Rhinestone Open House on the 21st. You have a ticketed event from 6 to 8, correct?
I do. So it's going to be a fun cocktail party. Pendleton Whiskey is our sponsor.
Perfect.
So women kind of get the first opportunity to come and shop. So it's $30. You can buy the tickets online right now. And we'll have live music. Brian Jameson is performing. And then we'll have a fashion show. And we'll do some vintage fashions. And then the boutiques that are at Rodeo and Rhinestones will showcase their fashions.
That's fantastic. Buffalo Rodeo, a little bit of background. A lot of people probably already know, but we've been doing this for a little while in Buffalo. Why don't you guys fill us in on kind of some of the history and where we are today with the Buffalo Rodeo?
Yep. So the Buffalo Rodeo is 69 years old. It is the oldest professional or annual rodeo in Minnesota. So you got deep history there. Gretchen?
So it started in 1955. So Bob Barnes, we've had the same stock contractor the whole entire time. And he came up here and met a guy at a gas station, and they decided, I believe it was Don Price.
Price, yeah.
And they decided that Buffalo needed a rodeo. And so it has been continuous.
Wow. And this is professional rodeo. Like this is not a minor league circuit. This is not weekend warriors that like to put their bodies and lives at risk for entertainment. These are pros.
Right. This is professional rodeo. This is big league. We are, in the last couple of years, we've doubled the added money, so we're starting to draw a few more national competitors. We've got, a few perennial NFR is National Finals Rodeo, top 15 contestants in each event make it to the Super Bowl, if you will, of rodeo in Las Vegas, usually the first week in Vegas, 10 days. They bring in the best livestock. Cowboys all vote on the best bucking horses and bulls. But we've got, Tanner Oz from Granite Falls, Minnesota. We also have J.D. Struckness from Milan. We've got, quite a few guys. We had Reed Oftedal last year make it in the bull riding. He also won the Buffalo Rodeo last year. Unfortunately, he was hurt in the second round, but we've got some great cowboys from right here in Minnesota too. So,
yeah, it's fabulous. I like to think of the PRCA, so Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association, kind of like the NHL, or you're the caliber of the Wild, you're at the caliber of the Twins.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
I really, I brought the kids to family night last year. I really enjoyed it. The kids really enjoyed it. They thought it was wild that they could be right before the shoot, everything. Now, I don't know if I'm going to ask permission, but I think I'll register them for mutton busting. I think that would be so cool. Is there a deadline for that?
Well, it's open right now online, so you can go on to the buffalorodeo.com website and register. I believe as long as your child is 5 to 8 years old and under 50 pounds, they're qualified to ride sheep.
That's why I never get to ride.
Their birthday's on Monday, and they're going to turn 9. But they're tiny.
Yeah, we really don't worry about a lot of the
rules.
Exact thing, right? We want it to be close, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't run it, and I know that
Sure.
somebody will have a scale there, and I'm guessing if you get, little over 55 pounds, they might say no, but
Oh, dang,
I'm
I
just
should have done it
saying-
last year.
yeah, I'm just saying I don't, it's kids, right? We're
Yeah.
trying to have fun for the kids. And so if it's for the kids, I don't get too worried about it, although I'm not in charge. So
Sure.
it's one of those things that we delegate, if you will.
Yep.
So again, tickets are on sale right now, buffalorodeo.com. Advanced tickets are $15, $20 for the adults. The 15 is the kids and the seniors and veterans.
Tell us about the best deal. Yeah. Tell us about
Thursday
the best
night,
deal.
kids 12 and under are free. So that's kind of one of the things that we brought in to really, Thursday night performance is all about kids. We let the 4-H kids ride in the grand entry. They all get to take part, be part of it. And, we've done a lot of things to bring the rodeo back to its kind of prestige where it was. And we added an event this year. We added ladies breakaway roping. It's huge in other parts of the country. It's the first time we'll have it here, but now we have 2 ladies events for the WPRA. The WPRA has also added us as a tour stop in the Great Lakes Circuit. So I don't know if there's 60 Great Lakes Circuit rodeos. There's 11 states. We are one of 5 rodeos. It will be a tour stop for those ladies, and that helps them qualify for the large indoor rodeos in the winter, your Denvers and your Fort Worths and San Antonios. So that's quite an honor for us to be able to take that on. We're also broadcast live streamed on the Cowboy Channel worldwide, so they have an app that can watch up 6 rodeos at a time, right? I mean, it's just crazy, but a lot of rodeo out there. With I want to call it the Yellowstone effect. He's really has really taken on. But we've added $100,000 probably in infrastructure at the rodeo grounds. We've made a bunch of changes to make it a little more intimate setting and to make the viewing better. And of course, brought the video board back and again doubled the added money. We'll again raise it again next year. But we're really looking forward to it. Adding events to Rodeo Week as we go.
Yeah, I think Greg has done a fabulous job now as the executive director in bringing things back. We do have the Pendleton Posse coming on Saturday night. So Pendleton Whiskey is sending out their Posse girls.
Okay. Sure.
Come get photo ops and meet the Pendleton Posse. Plus, we have the dance on Friday and Saturday night. So the American Legion is sponsoring that, and the dance will be at the rodeo grounds. So
Awesome.
Yep, bringing the dance back to the rodeo grounds. We've got, great community partners here. It just blows my mind sometimes that how many of the people, the businesses and stuff that we have to lean on, and they just come through for us all the time. So we've got excellent participation from people in Wright County, City of Buffalo, surrounding areas.
And even our national brands. So Wrangler is offering right now, if you buy $75 in Wrangler products, you get a free ticket to the Buffalo Rodeo.
Oh, okay.
It's always nice to know what the free things are, right?
Exactly.
So like Wednesday, free day, come check out the rodeo grounds. Entry fee for kids that want to do mutton busting. You can come be a spectator. You can come look around and just kind of soak up the environment and get excited. On Thursday, Greg had mentioned kids are free. So 12 and under, kids are free to come into the rodeo grounds. Gates open at 5 o'clock, so food trucks will be there. They'll be shopping over at the Buffalo Civic Center. We're super excited to partner with them. We talked a little bit about rodeo and rhinestones, and then the performance starts at 7 p.m. And who doesn't want to come to a rodeo performance, especially in Buffalo, which has their own rodeo grounds? So Greg did a lot of improvements with that, and he can probably talk about that.
I was just going to ask that. It's a great transition of as a lifelong Buffalo resident, I think maybe we take it for granted that this is the oldest rodeo, continuous rodeo in Minnesota. We just drive by it on our way to Menards as Buffalo residents. It's a big deal nationally. I mean, like people know us.
Yep, absolutely. You've had some of the biggest cowboys in the world since, I was coming in the 70s and watching guys fly into the airport and walking across the street to get on a bull.
That's cool.
Just flying their own plane in and out. And
Well, I remember Bobby Del Vecchio. I remember coming as a child in the 80s, and Bobby Del Vecchio was pretty flashy cowboy. He was from New York, wanted to be a cowboy and was a bull rider. and he would come. Ty Murray used to be here. I remember interviewing him a few years ago. He actually won a shotgun. That was the prize they gave away at the Buffalo Rodeo that year.
Nice.
Yep, they used to give away a rifle every year to the all around. So we're not quite back to that point, but we got big fancy buckles to give away this year, and we've done a little logo change, and we're already working on 70th, which will be next year. So we're working on some of that stuff. But yeah, we've added a bunch to the VIP. We used to have 6 left-hand delivery chutes, and I don't know if we've ever talked about this, but sometimes buck and stock is left or right-handed like you would be. So Buffalo always drove me crazy because they loaded everything and everything was a left-hand delivery, and you couldn't get ready till your animal was actually in the chute. And so first thing we did is we added a center load. So now I've added a couple chutes. So I've got 4 left-hand, 4 right-hand, and I've got 2 load ups so you can get ready beforehand. And really what that helps with is a production, right? If nothing else, as the executive director, and I'm working with, making this a TV ready production, right? So we're producing a play. And so, it's got to be one thing after another, right? I'm just a stickler for the production side of it. And that's really my forte, is pushing that envelope to have, not a lot of downtime.
Constant entertainment. I mean, in a world of sitting here just scrolling, like I wanted to see something all the time.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
And that's one of the nice things about having the Jumbotron, is that he's got instant replays that are happening and going on up there. So wherever you're sitting at the Buffalo Rodeo, you've got a visual of what's happening in the arena. Greg, let's talk about the free pony rides and Enchanted Hollow Stables. Let's bring in free pony rides to the rodeo.
Enchanted Hollow Stables, the Sansevier family provides pony rides. They're one of our partners, if you will. They're a 501c3 from right here in Buffalo, and they do a great job with camps. They've got camps going on over there all the time. I don't think I've ever been over there when Mary wasn't working in the arena with some kids riding, and even special needs kids. So they come and provide our pony rides. One of the things the Buffalo Rodeo did last year was we became a 501c3 as well. So that's kind of a new deal for us. And of course, with having a full-time rodeo grounds, it's expensive, with property tax and upkeep and all that stuff. So, and we're going to be looking at constant improvement, but with grants and that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. What I can definitely sense is the passion behind it, especially putting on any type of performance. There's a lot of passion behind you to be in charge, because it's a lot of work, and it's like herding cats to trying to get volunteers. And it sounds like there's a lot of good effort behind it, and it's a good team and everything, just to put this on for the 3 days and just kind of transform it and keep it going, because it's difficult, especially over generations and generations. So kudos to you and the executive team behind keeping it going.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a great board of directors. Gretchen is my right hand. But this is something we work at year round. I mean, the Buffalo Rodeo doesn't happen in a couple of days. This is something that is, just never stops. You're constantly working on it and trying to make improvements to it. But
so can I talk about the window decorating competition that's happening? Because that really starts to get Buffalo involved with it. Mm-hmm. So Amy over at Biggs & Company and Kelsey at Natural Roots have really stepped up, and they're coordinating our window decorating this year. So any business in Buffalo, wherever you are, can participate. And you can contact either of those ladies, or you can go to thebuffalorodeo.com and we'll have information up on that. But here's the really cool thing. You decorate it up. So the theme this year is red, white, and blue. So super easy, right?
Sure.
I stopped in at the Love Inc. thrift store yesterday and talked to Mary. And so she pulled out some boots that she had been saving back, and she's getting excited about doing some window decorating. And I stopped and I saw Nancy at Serendipity. She ended up winning last year the Judge's Choice Award, and Kelsey at Natural Roots won the People's Choice Award. So they'll be voting online. There'll be a Wrangler back number in each of the windows of the stores that are participating, and you'll be able to use your phone QR code, and then you can go vote. Now, here is what is super cool about the prize packages. So we have the VIP chutes. So if you end up winning either the People's Choice or the Judge's Choice, you get 2 tickets to sit up in the VIP section above the bucking chutes.
Nice.
And a bottle of Pendleton whiskey if you're over 21.
Yeah.
Very cool. I like that. That's there seems to be a lot more build up before the events. I mean, so what I love about Buffalo is that. I mean, there's a lot of community effort in a lot of different things. So kudos to both of you of involved in that. And then you hear some of our past guests of being involved, and I think that's fantastic.
Yeah, all of our community groups, whether it's the Rotary, the Chamber, the Lions, I mean, the Masons, we use, the fire department from Montrose Fire Department does our parking. We just got a ton of people that, it would be too long to list, but we have, at least a half a dozen organizations. And of course, another neat thing is we help a lot of these nonprofits raise quite a bit of money, whether it's the Cub Scouts or the Boy Scouts,
Yeah.
We'll be places and run into people and they'll be like, "You're from Buffalo?" And they're like, "I used to sell popcorn there when I was a kid."
At the rodeo. Yeah. They said that. I sold at the rodeo. That is really neat. I mean, 69 years is a big deal.
Sure.
And 70th is coming up right around the corner too. So you definitely want to get your tickets and enjoy it. No two rodeo performances are ever the same.
Sure.
Right. We also have, last year we added rodeo and rhinestones, which adds a whole nother element, right? We take over the Civic Center and we bring in all these boutiques, Western shopping. We have some local people that are involved as well. But we basically bring in people from all over the country that normally you'd only see them in like places like Las Vegas or Dallas, stuff like that. I'll let Gretchen tell you a little bit more about the rodeo and rhinestones.
So we've got some boutiques coming. So we have a hat bar coming, right? Like, have you ever been to a hat bar?
Never.
Okay, let me tell you about the hat bar.
I've been to other kinds of bars, but not hat bars.
So we have a hat bar coming, right? You do not have to be 21 to participate at the hat bar.
Perfect.
So they have got these branding irons, so you can actually brand your cowboy hats that you buy from them. And they've got hat bands and embellishments and feathers and anything that you can possibly imagine. We also have another gentleman coming in that does tooled leather work. So he'll be there doing some tooled leather work. And then we're bringing in some of the boutiques. So I'm actually wearing Dorothy Ann. So she's out of Billings, Montana. And the owner is Amy. And so she's coming in. She's driving 12 hours just to come to the Buffalo Rodeo with her stuff.
Wow.
She was down in Las Vegas with the Cowboy Christmas show. And we also have another boutique coming. It's called Coastal Blues. And so that kind of has some beautiful denim clothing and that lake vibe that you'll see there.
Sure.
We have a young lady with Rustic Coop, Minnesota, and she's coming in. And the best thing is that you can get your ticket on Wednesday and you got to be the first shopper because a lot of these pieces are personalized or individual or one-of-a-kind custom-made leather bags. Yeah, so it's definitely there. And then we do a fashion show so you can get to see all the fashions.
Fashion show.
I know. Would you guys like? We're gonna have some guy clothing there. I mean, for being.
Do you have husky sizes?
We have stuff for all body
Okay.
types.
Okay.
Double extra medium.
Yeah, double extra medium.
We should have brought some of those shirts for these
Right.
guys.
Yeah, I think so. Just keeps running through my head. Growing up in Minnesota and in realistically most places throughout the country, kids fall in love with football, with baseball, with hockey. When you're trying to put on a rodeo here, I would imagine there's a large effort into hooking them with pony rides, hooking them with, some of the extra stuff, get them to show up, see the event, and then the rodeo event eventually hooks them. But I mean, that doesn't come naturally in probably most parts of the country, especially here. So the effort into making it more than just the rodeo event has got to be a huge focus.
Exactly. You said it really well. So we are creating a user experience. So when you come, just think about when you walk into Disney World. You're just sights, sounds, smells, like, what is this? That's what Greg and his team is creating. His president is Paul Hoyland. Paul is a past military service veteran. And so on Saturday night, we're also going to pay tribute to the troops. And so as we talk about it being for kids, it's also for everyone.
Oh, for sure.
To get to come. I know growing up in Elk River, Minnesota, the Buffalo Rodeo was like my family's thing to do in the summer. Like we knew the date, we had it circled on our calendar. It was my annual event. It's where I decided that I needed to be a cowgirl. And not only did I need to be a cowgirl, I needed to be a rodeo queen because they had the Miss Rodeo Minnesota pageant here. And that was my love and my passion. I remember going back to third grade and telling my third grade teacher, Mrs. Freezy, I'm going to grow up to be a rodeo queen.
Mm-hmm.
Lo and behold, there's a high school rodeo program in Minnesota, and that dream came true.
Yeah, we do have a good feeder program, and just like anything else, you have Little Britches, you have high school rodeo, it's a national intercollegiate rodeo. So yeah, there's a college national finals rodeo.
Yeah.
So there are steps as you go to bring you along, right? And it's like anything else. They have schools, clinics, and we're involved too with quite a few rodeos, and it's kind of a small thing, right? Like
A niche market.
2 degrees of separation, right? You
Sure.
know people from all over the country when you've been a contestant or a queen, and you have friends from basically all over the country, all over the world, and everybody just kind of works hard to make it a better thing. As far as getting the kids, you are automatically, if you don't get the kids when they're young and make them a fan, it's going to be hard. They're going to be set on baseball or soccer, football, whatever it is, right?
Tough to climb on a big animal after getting a Capri Sun and a Twinkie after soccer.
Right. Yeah. The rodeo is still, we don't give away a lot of participation trophies.
Sure. Yeah.
Right? So you have to perform. So,
And you yourself performed in rodeos.
I rode bareback horses for a while, and
Well, he's kind of being humble. I mean, Greg was good.
Tell us all about it. Don't be humble. What's the background?
I just couldn't stay healthy. That's the ultimate thing, is that you have to be able to stay healthy, and I just couldn't.
So you had to walk sideways through our door to get in because the belt buckle was.
I wouldn't go that far, but it is. It's one of those things that it's a lot of nutrition, right?
Yeah.
I had a great time in high school and was going to college rodeo, and then decided I was just going to, pro rodeo, and did that off and on when I could physically do it. And just sometimes it's unfortunate, but some guys do get hurt.
Right.
And I've got daily reminders when I got to get out of bed, if you will. I wouldn't, there's no regrets. Let's just put it that way, right? And so I'm trying to pay back the sport, right? That's ultimately what I'm doing. Is I'm the past president of Minnesota High School Rodeo when I had kids that were that age.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the sport. I love the people in it. And, our stock contractor, Weston Barnes, is third generation Barnes, right? We're 69 years, and, we get to watch his kids every year growing up a little bit. So fourth generation, they're on the ground and they're coming, right? So,
that's one of the things that we're going to have at Rodeo and Rhinestones to transition. Is last year we had some of the saddles and some of the pickup man chaps. Mm-hmm. We also had Weston's Aunt Mitzi, her trick riding saddle that she rode here. And then, I don't know if you guys remember, but chariot racing used to be really huge with Lester Deluge and his family. And so his son Tim brought over Lester's old chariot, and we had that. So Rodeo and Rhinestones is full of shopping. It's free. It's open to the public. Mm-hmm. But then we have lots of display things there.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Very
That's
cool.
really neat.
Well, if there's anything that you'd like to leave for, as we kind of wind down here, anything that you'd like to give our social media shout outs on where to follow. And I'm sure we're going to put all these links of all the events on this post as well, for all of our viewers for the Buffalo Rodeo.
Exactly. So make sure you click on and hang on. You check us out at Buffalo Rodeo MN, so you can find us correctly. And then you can also check out Rodeo and Rhinestones spelled out. We're on Facebook and Instagram. The most important thing is you need to get your rodeo tickets. We did sell out last year, Friday and Saturday, and got near capacity on Thursday. So you want to have that guaranteed ticket by buying it in advance. And we want to see you rodeo week. So June 22nd, 23rd, and 24th.
Advance tickets
on sale
now, right? And they're discounted till June 10th. Well, we plan on selling out the rodeo. We actually had to bring back. So last year we sold 4,500 tickets for Friday, Saturday, and it was just too much. I had people say they just couldn't find a seat, and so we're going to limit it to 4,000 seats, 4,000 tickets a day. So get your tickets early. Probably won't be able to buy one at the gate.
At the gate. And if you didn't find a seat last year, you'll find a seat this year.
They'll throw you on a horse, bro.
It's open at 5 o'clock, right? You want to
Can't find a seat, you're competing. So get there early.
Very fun. Well, we appreciate it. Thanks for coming in, guys. We really appreciate it, and good luck. And we'll look forward to you and seeing you at the rodeo.
See you at the rodeo.
And the fashion show. You guys
And the
models,
fashion show.
right? We got 2 models.
Right.
Yeah.
Hooked.
Talk to my handler about that. For the Buffalo Community Podcast, I'm Tyler Reese.
I'm Mark Benzer.
I'm Gretchen Kirchman.
Greg McDonald.
Nailed it.
Nailed it.
Thanks for listening to the Buffalo Community Podcast, produced by Edlin Media. You can find us on Facebook and YouTube, as well as anywhere you listen to podcasts.